It takes a prophet, because they're the ones that can time travel. It takes a prophet to go back and reconcile that.
He did that, yes, for John's encouragement.
Yes. Right. Yes.
But so that he would write it, we actually instructed him to write it with some instructions of not what to write. Because if he wrote too much, my name would have probably been in there.
Right. Yes.
You'd find Brother Lane's name in there. John was about to write, he says 7 thunders of that, or we'll get to there later. 7 thunders I was about to write, and I said, John, don't write that. But then I went on and I said, but, in the days of the voice, at the right time, we'll tell them about what you were going to write. We have no spiritual GPS outside of the revelation. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Time traveling through the Bible with Chief Apostle D. Ray Tinsman, a fantasy misadventure in fallacy.
How's that work? How does one time travel through time? Is he serious?
Yes, he's serious.
Get ready as this time-traveling fantasy begins. In the Imagination Station time-traveling machine, as Ray attempts to go back in time to reconcile all things he believes needs reconciled.
Are we all set? Is Ray inside the Imagination Station, strapped in and ready for transport?
Ray arrives one day before, on April the 14th, 1865, at Ford Theater, and he walks around trying to get a glimpse of Abe Lincoln and warn him of not setting up in the VIP suite. But as he is looking for the president, he spies a young Mexican girl sitting down in the front row. Ray stops and stares and yells across the room.
I saw this sister and I said, whoa, she's like knockout, she's excellent.
And just for that moment, he misses the opportunity to stop Abe Lincoln from being shot. In time traveling, you only get one opportunity to visit certain time periods.
And Ray goofs up again and has missed the chance to change history. Let's see where he goes from here.
We are struggling to get control back for the time machine. Ray has taken control over the machine, and he's taking it back to the Bible days of history. This could get bad. The time continuum is in danger of being compromised, and we could lose Ray in between this time and the past. Right now, the time machine is going crazy, jumping back and forth between different timelines, and we have lost control of it. Ray has taken control of the timeline, and he seems to not know where he wants to go. The only thing we can do now is talk him through the timeline, and hopefully get him back here before his big ego gets him in trouble and he messes up the past so bad that nothing will ever be right again. Oh no, he is in the lion's den with Daniel. We got to get him out of there. He will try to get Daniel to pray in Ray's name. We can't have that. This is getting really bad. It appears Ray has gone all the way back to Noah. And could it get any worse than this? He's trying to convince Noah to use Ray's arm as a measurement for a cubit. The ark will be so messed up that it may set the whole timeline into self-destruction, and all will be lost. Oh, what do we do? Oh, what do we do if we pull the plug and power down? We will possibly lose Ray forever, or he could be left somewhere back in time and never be heard from again. Or he could completely change history, which would mess up all the documentaries, and all the history books would have to be rewritten. Oh no! Ray's now telling David to use 6 stones instead of 5 smooth ones to knock down Goliath. This is exactly why you don't allow a self-proclaimed apostle near the time machine. Now it appears Ray has somehow gotten himself to a D-96 on the Isle of Patmos, where he's trying to get an audience with John. And he's telling everyone there that he is going to help John write Revelations and tell John what to write and not write. He says he wants to make sure John doesn't accidentally put Ray's name in the Bible. People are looking at each other and saying, "Who is this crazy man?" This is getting nowhere fast. We got to pull Ray back real soon. It appears he's now at the Battle of Jericho, and he's carrying around a trumpet and blowing his own horn, and it's upsetting Joshua and messing up. Joshua, concentration, and Joshua is thinking, did we go 5, or was it 6 times already? Would someone get that guy who's tooting his own horn out of here, please? We almost have this problem fixed. We have our best technicians working hard on how to pull Ray back before he messes up more than he already has. We have one more attempt to try and shut this down. Oh, look at this! It appears Ray has gone all the way back to where Moses is coming down off the mountain with the 10 Commandments. It seems Ray is trying to pull the 10 Commandments out of Moses' arms and yelling, "Let me help you, Moses!" Moses appears to be upset. This is Moses' second attempt to bring the 10 Commandments back down to the people, and he just doesn't need some egotistical maniac who thinks he's the most important person who ever lived, trying to carry the precious 10 Commandments. We got to get Ray out of there! Well, apparently that worked. The time machine engineer flipped every breaker in the building, and it has been shut down. We just don't know where Ray is at this moment.
For more content, please like, share, and subscribe. Jesus is a way don't pray to Ray, and if you pray to Steve, it's time to leave.